Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So this is actually my first ever YouTube video. I'm really excited to have done this. It's been a long time coming, as so many people have asked me to do a YouTube video for a very long time, and it's only just taken me the courage to do this, so I really hope you like it. Yeah, so if you want to know how to get this traditional gold smoky eye and blood red lip, then keep watching. Okay guys, first we're going to start by creating a base for our eyes, and I'm going to be using the Rimmel London Match Perfection, and I'm in the shade Ivory, and I'm just going to pop that all over my eyelids. And I'm just going to zoom you in a bit actually so you can see my face. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that on the top, and then I'm going to blend that out using a sponge. Once that's blended out all over the eye, I'm just going to grab a powder and set that in place. Okay guys, once our base is set, we're now going to go in with some eyeshadow. And now I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked palette, and I am first going to go in with this shade Naked. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Now that that's done and our transition shades put on, we now want to go in with a darker shade to deepen the eye up. And I'm going to go in with this shade called Buck. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to go dive into my number 7 palette. Easy on the eye, and I'm going to take this metallic colour over here, and I'm just going to pop that all over the top of the eyelid. And now from the same palette, I'm going to go in with this beautiful gold colour right here. I'm going to tap that all over the eyelid. Once that's done, I'm going to go back into my Naked Urban Decay palette and taking the same fluffy brush we used before, and I'm going to be using this shade here called Creep. And we're just going to be working that right into just the corners of our eyes. And then we are going to be moving on to eyeliner, everyone's favourite part. we can now move on to the face. And to prime our face today, we're going to be using the Nivea Men Sensitive Balm. And the reason I'm using this as primer is because it's got glycerin in it, and glycerin just helps everything stick to the skin, just helps it stick better, and that's why it's really good to use as a primer. Just going to take a little bit of that on my hands and rub it in. And like you would use a moisturizer, I'm just going to work it into my face using circular motions. And you want to do this until it feels tacky. So until it feels tacky, then you know you're good to go. Now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, and I am in love with this stuff. Absolutely in love with it. I just think it blends out nicely. It covers everything I want to because I like a lot of full coverage. I'm just going to put that on one of these little brushes right here. I love these things. I find that foundation really blends in well using them. I just think it's a lot easier as well. And look at that coverage. See why I love this stuff, and a little bit also goes a long way. A lot of people say with this stuff as well, because it's so full coverage, that you don't really even need to put concealer on, but I'm going to be putting concealer on today just because I look tired and I feel like I've got more bags into my eyes, and yeah, like I said, full coverage, bitch. Okay, now that our foundation is done, we are going to go in with some concealer, and I'm going to be using the same concealer that I did the base of my eyes with. Now that we are looking sexy, we can start blending this out. And I'm going to blend out using a sponge. And does anybody else make that weird face, like when you're putting on mascara or anything, or you're doing this? I have a tendency to open my mouth like a fish. And you just want to really work that in, just bouncing it off of the skin. And you can use whatever you have. You can use a beauty blender if you want to. I just prefer a sponge because I feel like it gets into my skin better and it makes everything look a little bit more flawless for me. But then again, it's up to you. It's personal preference at the end of the day. or what you think suits you better. Okay, and now that our concealer is blended in, we are going to go in and set it with some powder, and I'm going to be using the same powder that I used when setting the eyes. I'm just going to grab that powder and then pat it onto a face using a flat top brush like this. I'm just going to push that into the skin and all over as well, as I want my foundation to stay in place all day. Okay, once we have set the face, we are now going in to contour the face. And I'm going to be going in with this angled brush to help me give that contour a really sharp line. And I'm just going to go in, when you're doing your contour, you usually start from the top of the ear halfway down to your mouth, and you don't want to go too far down. And usually I find what helps is sucking your cheeks in as well to give you a bit more of that definition, especially if you can't find your cheekbones straight away. I find it's a lot easier to go from the ear downwards in that angular motion, and I find that these brushes as well, they really do help because they've just got such a flat top, and they're easy to angle down your face. I just think they've just made my life so much easier for contouring. I'm now going to grab a fluffy brush and just blend that all out. Now that that's done, we're going to our cheeks. Now going to go in with this angled fluffy brush here, and I'm going to go in to this lighter pink shade here because we don't want it too pink, otherwise you're going to look a bit like a clown. You know, you want to tone it down subtly, but it really does depend on your skin type as well. If you are of a darker place, you might want something a bit more, something that stands out a little bit better. But for me, because I'm really, really white, I want something that's just quite subtle. And I'm not really into my pink, like bright pink blushes anyway. I like it quite subtle, quite natural. But as I say, if you're into the pinks and you love blush and you want to go for that, then by all means add that into this look as well. We've added the blush to our faces, and now we want to go in with my favorite part, highlighting. And this is what the highlights look like. My favorite one to use is this one here, called a Sunbeam, and I just find it's the most beautiful out of all of them. This one is more like a rose goldy kind of highlighter, and I just feel like, you know, this one will show up more. I think if you wanted more for the summer, I'd go for the kind of the rose gold kind of thing, but if you're on a night out, I think these are especially good. Just, you see that straight away, you can see just how bright and intense it is. like to do some down on my nose and just in the middle here, and down on my chin and down my cupid's bow. Now you might think that it looks really bright on this camera, geez. But you might think that that's a bit too much for you. By all means, some people don't like it, but I love a lot of highlighter. I love a lot of, you know, glam on my face, a lot of, you know, I just feel like it makes this look, especially where I put a lot of powder on, it just tones it down and makes it look a little bit more dewy and a little bit more natural. You know, like natural, I don't mean, God, you know, you wouldn't see any girl naturally looking like this, but I mean a more like everyday sort of look. Okay, now that we've done our highlighter on our face, we are now going to go in with the lips. I am now going to go in with this matte liquid lipstick, and it's worn off. The name's worn off and everything, but this is a Kylie liquid lipstick that she does, and I love this red. It's so pretty, so pretty, and it just, I'm done. I've got a thing with lipsticks, like I feel like they make the look I cannot deal. I just think they are so pretty. Especially this one. What I will say though about these liquid lipsticks is that they are very matte, they are very drying, they dry very quickly, and they are, you know, not really comfortable on your lips, but they last. They last all day, and if you want that, then I think these are perfect for you. I've only just this second realised that I have not put mascara or false lashes on, so I'm going to do that for you now. Hey, falsies and mascara is on. So now I'm just going to finish off by doing the bottom of my eyes now. And I'm going to zoom you in so you can see. Once we've done that, we are now going to line our waterline with a black charcoal pencil. And that, you guys, is the finished look.
I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. And when I finally got sober, felt 10 years older. But fuck it, it was something to do. I'm living out.
And so concludes my YouTube video, guys. Don't forget, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would be muchly appreciated. And yeah, I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye.